So what bands and artists come to mind when you think about psychedelic rock? You might think about legendary jam band, the Grateful Dead, and their long history with psychedelic drugs. You might think about legendary guitarist, Jimi Hendrix, whose unique style of playing influenced an entire generation of rock and roll musicians. And you might even think about more modern bands, such as Tame Impala, who have rose in popularity across the past decade. But I'm here to sell you on a new psychedelic rock band. A psychedelic rock band that has introduced more creativity, diversity of sound, and energy than any of these other bands that I mentioned earlier. I'm talking about King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. The band from Melbourne is the most exciting band to be following right now. Not only have they released 15 studio albums over the past 8 years, with another one being scheduled to be released on November 20th, but they have a plethora of online content, including music videos, documentaries, live albums, and more. It's very easy to stay up till 2, 3 a.m. getting lost in all of their content. And that's not even including their concerts, which almost always sell out and have a unique set list every single night. Here's a video from a concert that I had the privilege of going to. As you can see, there was a ton of energy at that concert. It was an incredible vibe, and I totally recommend to anybody who likes going to concerts to go to a King Gizzard concert at least once. The band even has their own artist, Jason Galea, who's often mentioned as a member of the band because of his strong influence. He has designed every single album cover for King Gizzard, according to Discogs.com, including the ones that I have physical copies of here. Over the summer of 2019, Jason not only designed, but printed unique posters for every single concert on King Gizzard's world tour, including the one that I was lucky enough to get at their show in Asheville that I went to. And it doesn't even stop there with the band's art, as they are heavily invested in creating unique vinyl pressings for all of their albums, like the ones that I have here. The band draws a lot of very devoted and obsessed fans who are very active online. While the size of the community may not be very big, with King Gizzard only having 1.4 million monthly followers on Spotify, they consistently sell out their shows, including ones at big venues such as Alexandria Palace, which has a capacity of over 10,000, and King Gizzard sold out their shows on back-to-back nights there. This very devoted fan base creates an incredible environment for high-quality fan content, which includes music videos, art that's inspired by the band, and remixes. And King Gizzard actually interact with their fans quite often to create content, such as when the band took fan videos from their 2019 show in Asheville and created one entire video of the whole concert. And they actually gave the people who submitted videos credit, which you can see here, where they gave me credit for my video. Also, with their last single that they released a bunch of video clips with it, and asked fans to make their own music videos out of those clips and any other resources that they wanted to use. So there's a real sense of community between not only the fans, but also the fans with the band. This devoted fan base also creates a really good environment for discussion about anything band related. And a really good example of this is their subreddit, which is an online discussion board where they have 47.6 thousand members, and they talk about everything from their favorite King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard albums to the theory of the Gizzverse. Now, this is a very popular fan theory, which was later confirmed by the band, that all of the band's songs exist within the same parallel universe and that they're telling a story. Now, I can make probably 7-hour-long videos about the Gizzverse, but to keep it short, it's a story which takes in place this fantasy world which is both pre- and post-apocalyptic, and it follows the stories of different characters. Now, the really fun thing about it is that the timelines and the characters are very unclear. It's hard to tell who's who and what's happening when. And so it comes down to the fans to try and decipher what everything means, and it's really, really fun looking through all of the theories and trying to piece everything together. Now, while King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard may not make my favorite music, it's hard to say that they're not my favorite band. With the sheer amount of high-quality content that they create, I'm always excited about their next project, which is never too far around the corner. It's very clear that this band cares a lot about their fans and that they're constantly making efforts to build their community. Now, I want to give a recommendation for any first-time listeners of the band. I would recommend that you listen to their album I'm in Your Mind Fuzz, but really you can't go wrong with any of their albums. Just make sure that you don't put it on shuffle and that you just listen to one album, because their songs were made to be listened in the context of an album, and if you put it on shuffle, things can get a little weird. But hopefully you'll get past their weird name and you'll give them a try and become a Gizz head. Thank you very much.